Film fans of YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, your movie apprentice, and today I am looking at Disney Pixar's Soul, released yesterday on Disney Plus thanks to the ongoing situation in the world. This film is directed by Pete Docter and Kemp Powers and stars Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey and Graham Norton. And this film follows a jazz musician slash teacher who has been looking for his big break all his life, and the day he finally gets his big break, he has an unfortunate incident which causes his soul to leave his body, and he's trying to figure out a way to get back to Earth to take advantage of this opportunity. Before I get into the review, if you do like what I do on this channel, consider clicking that like button and subscribing to the channel. It would really mean a lot if we can get as high as we can before the end of the year. But without further ado, let's get into this review. First and foremost, I have to say Soul knocks it out of the park when it comes down to their message within this movie. The overall message is basically life is precious and we sometimes forget to live it as human beings, but there's always enjoyment to be had in life, and we need to start living every day like it's our last, because you never know when it's going to be snuffed out. It is a great message and really adds in a bit of optimism, especially for all the adults in the world who feel a bit lost in the world, because let's be honest, not everyone can be somebody, and a lot of us don't get to where we ideally want to be when we started out in life. And this film shows the vast spectrum of these characters, some that are bitter about the way their life has gone, to others that have not exactly got the job that they intended to get, but they are very much happy with where they are and they've grown to love where they are. It's a very sweet message and it's very important, and it's amazing that it came out on Christmas Day, the loneliest time and most depressing time of the year, in probably the most depressing year in history. Well, there's definitely some other years, but in modern history anyway, it's been quite a heavy year for a lot of people out there that have been struggling. This film definitely takes a few elements from previous Pixar films as well. There are a few elements of the Soul world especially that remind me a little bit of Inside Out, but the way they managed to play about with the afterlife is very clever indeed. Obviously, there are a lot of religions in the world, and this film manages to keep everything quite vague in terms of what happens after death. They narrow it down to just this great beyond Stairway to Heaven style of thing, which is a very good way to encompass all beliefs into one. It doesn't give you the definitive answer of which religion is right. It is simply, these are your souls, this is where they go after death. They even come up with some great ideas that show you how souls are created, how they are counted. It's just a very sweet thing to see. And the character designs as well are brilliant, especially the beings that exist in the afterlife. They are very pleasant characters to see. The design is very simplistic, but also charming and really original. It's simplistic but original, which is quite a strange thing when it comes to animation. But I have to give a big shout out to the lighting. The lighting that they play with in this is brilliant. The sunlight hitting some of these characters, glaring off leaves, the lighting in a jazz studio. It's subtle, it's not something you really think about when you're watching animated films, but it takes a lot of effort for an animator to not only create these 3D model design of characters and environments, but lighting the environment as well is another task altogether. So a big shout out to all the animators that worked on this, because they did a fantastic job. The script in this is brilliant as well, and a lot of these side characters are fantastic. As much as I love Joe as our main character, I am more connected to 22. I won't get into details of who 22 is, but they're a secondary character in this. They're sort of like the co-headliner, and they come up with some of the best dialogues in this movie and deliver some of the best monologues in this movie as well. And the way these two characters bounce off each other is just beautiful. Honestly, everyone does a good job in this film. Jamie Foxx is fantastic as Joe. Tina Fey is outstanding as 22. Even Graham Norton, he's a lot of fun to watch in this as well. There's just Something about this film, it just feels so intimate and personal and like the perfect thing that we needed this year. And quite frankly, I am very, very sad that this film did not get to release in cinemas. Disney did make the right call, I would say, by releasing it for free on Disney Plus on Christmas Day so people can enjoy it and appreciate this film for what it is, especially for the message it dictates. But when we finally get some normality back, I am getting the first ticket to this film because it is absolutely outstanding. And yes, bring some tissues to this. I ugly cried at least 4 or 5 times during this, so unless you're going to be distracted by your phone every 5 minutes in this film, you better bring some tissues because it will hit you here and you won't realise it's hitting you. It's the nice sort of crying where it will just leak out of you before it finally comes pouring out. It starts with a leak and it comes pouring out, and that is my best measure of how great a film is when it comes to emotions, because some that just force you and manipulate you. But this film, in no way, shape or form, feels like it's manipulating you. It feels very real. Joe could have been anything in this film. He was heavily marketed as being the first black lead in a Pixar movie, and whilst that is a great achievement, the thing is, Joe could have been any person, whether that be black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Heck, he could have been male, female, non-binary, his orientation. Basically, he could have been anybody. He is accessible to everybody. Obviously, if you like jazz, brilliant. But for the most part, he's just a normal dude trying to find his place in life, trying to find his purpose, which a lot of people are trying to do. And it's just beautiful that Pixar have told this story to us. Overall, what more can I say about this film? I'm getting a bit... Well, let's just say it's a very good film. It is really good if you have Disney Plus. If you have that friend who has it, get them to watch it because this film needs to be seen. It's come out at a perfect time. And I think this is Pixar's best movie. I really do. I'm going to have to rewatch it just to solidify this in my mind. I will do that before I get to go on my top 10 of the year list. But yeah, I think this is Pixar's best movie. So, well, let's just get to the grade, shall we? Overall, I'm going to have to say that Soul is a perfect cup of tea. So, Soul, have you seen it? If you have, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If you like what I do on this channel and look forward to more film reviews, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. Do get subscribed because it would mean a lot to me to get. Let's push for 220 by the end of the year, but we've got a week left, so who knows, maybe a bit too much of an ask. But this is probably going to be my last review of the year because Wonder Woman, sadly, where I am, we're in tier 3, so cinemas are not open, and we don't have HBO Max over here, so I've not seen Wonder Woman 1984 yet, and I swear I'm the last person that's not seen it. There's a couple of other films I might check out before I get my top 10 list, but there are some films that really just dictates what happens with the tiers at the minute. But regardless, I will have a top 10 and bottom 10 by the end of the year, and I will hopefully get a Studio Ghibli review out in the next few days as well. But until next time, my name is Josh, I have been your Movie Apprentice, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thank you for watching and thank you for making it to the end of the video. While you are here, if you haven't done it yet, please feel free to drop a like and consider hitting that subscribe button for more reviews coming all the time. And also, while you are here, there are some other videos over there that you might want to sink your teeth into. Have a good day, guys, and do enjoy.